The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
Jimbo and Kyle take flight. 80s dreams on its delight. In the realm of black and white. Movies and TV flow through the stories we all know. Silver screen tales unfold in the magic they bestow. The tragedy of cinema, when memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host, Jimbo, and today I'm joined by a very special co-host,
Dustin, and you're lucky I'm even talking to you right now.
Dustin is back. You may remember Dustin. He was here when we recorded Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of his favorite movies, by the way. So I said, well, Dustin, if you want to come back, we got another movie you can do with us. So I think we're doing his second favorite movie of all time.
Not my second. My second favorite, most hated movie.
Okay,
maybe.
hey. So people may be wondering, hey, what movie are you guys doing? Well, we thought, what greater way to introduce Dustin back to the podcast than do one of George Lucas's most mesmerizing films of all time. I mean, sure, you've got Star Wars. Sure, you've even got some Indiana Jones in there. But, Dustin, would you like to tell the audience what you stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning last night watching for this recording?
Do you have the bleep button ready? Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
I can't believe I stayed up till 1 a.m. watching this movie last night.
I gave you an option.
No, we'll roll with it. This is your deal.
Yeah. So when you have somebody as special as Dustin, you got to go with a movie that's a little less tame so he can cut up and have fun. So I thought this would be a great movie to see Dustin's true nature, which we're going to see it come out, I'm sure.
Now, this is PG, so it's not true, but you're getting close.
So, but before we get started, Dustin, would you like to throw your question, or
I want your question first?
No, I want you to throw your question.
No, I insist. I'm the guest. I insist.
All right, Dustin. If they were to remake Howard the Duck today, what's your cast going to look like?
Oh, Howard the Duck. We would have to go with, what's his name?
Peter Dinklage?
No.
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis as obviously Howard the Duck. I'm going to go. See, didn't know where this was going here. I'd have been a little bit more prepared because I don't even remember names. That's how much I paid attention to this.
You're filling out for Kyle nicely, just for the record.
The voice of Howard the Duck, we would go, because it was two people, so we'll have to go with, I'm going to go Will Ferrell. That would be a good Howard the Duck. Phil, I think the guy that played Nuke, obviously the character that played Phil is perfect. He's definitely an airhead. Walter Jennings, that character was really, really well cast.
Mm-hmm.
So
too bad the real life guy's
yeah. But I guess we do have to replace him because of that. So.
Right. And if you don't know who that is, that's the guy that was the dad in Beetlejuice, and he was also in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes. Thank you for stealing my information I had later.
Well, hey, you got to jump in there and say that.
Walter Jennings. Let's go with, why not Kevin Costner?
I love Kevin Costner.
If Kevin Costner can't save this movie, nobody
I think
can.
Kevin Costner doesn't get the credit that he deserves as an actor.
If you want us to cover more Kevin Costner movies, send Jimbo an email at tragedyofcinema@gmail.
We will have Dustin cover Waterworld while he's in a swimming pool or floating in his bathtub.
Well, we'll get a little kiddie pool in the studio here. Beverly, let's see. What girl actor would I put in her place? Because these are the only characters I'm going to cover. That's a tough one. I have a crush on Stacy Keibler, so we'll just make her an actor while we're at it. Jennifer Aniston's getting too old, so is she, but I digress.
I think if you're going to go with people that have come around lately, you're probably going to have to look at what's the chick from Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man.
You are asking the wrong person for names.
I was going to say Mendoza, but that's not even close. I can't think of her name. I feel so stupid. You know what I'm talking about?
Now you know how I feel.
Is this how you feel all the time?
Just when I'm here.
Man, I am drawing a blank. I can see her. She's dating Tom Holland.
I don't know. Tom Holland.
Zendaya.
Okay.
Yeah, her. I can see her doing the punk rock thing at the beginning. You know, the main cast lady. I think she'd be good. Now for Jennings,
The girl from Wayne's World, if you go back 20 years, would be good too.
who Tia Kari or whatever.
I'm taking your word for it.
You know who else I think would be really good at that would be Pink, the singer Pink. I think she could pull that off perfectly too.
Yeah, and she's got that spunk still at her
Right.
age now. She could do it.
Right. So obviously either Peter Dinklage or Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis is one of my favorites. I got his autograph on the wall over there. For Jennings, I don't know. I'd like to see like a Robert De Niro, or Al Pacino. Can you Al Pacino? Howard, get back here.
See, now you got me wanting Danny DeVito to maybe play.
Howard the Duck.
Play
He
Howard
could
the
be
Duck.
Howard the Duck.
Let's just make it an Always Sunny in Philadelphia cast. Let's just go that route.
All right, Dustin, you're in a rare territory because Kyle hardly ever gives me a question. So throw me one.
Who is your favorite movie or TV duck?
Duck.
Duck.
Obviously, there's only one correct answer here.
Okay, let's see if you're right, because that's my question.
Well, I have two.
I got 4, so you're okay.
So one would be, I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck, let's get serious. I like him. Obviously, you have to go with Daffy Duck when he was in Duck Dodgers in the 21st century. But even one of my favorite Looney Tunes episodes of all time is when he's sitting there and he's talking, yelling back at the artist, and he like erases his bill and all that. You know, I mean, draws stuff on him. I like him a lot. Ducks. There was Plucky the Duck from Tiny Toons.
Okay.
There was. I'm trying to think of all my other ducks.
I think you have enough.
I got all my ducks in a row.
You have all your ducks in a row. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Scrooge McDuck.
Not a fan.
End of story. We're
Not
done.
a fan.
We're done.
Well, you can't go without Donald Duck then.
Well,
You wouldn't have Huey, Louie, and Dewey without Donald.
or
Daisy.
Honorable mentions, but
Honorable mentions.
I was just trying to hijack your show and flip the script on you, and now you're still flipping it on me. So
You don't even know who Darkwing Duck was, do you?
I do. It's been a long time. Like, don't quiz me, but yeah.
So is that Huey, Dewey, and Louie is your favorite?
Yeah.
What about Launchpad McQuack?
And Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck's the best.
Did you like Launchpad McQuack?
You're making me think too far back.
That was the that's the guy that drove the plane for the Scrooge McDuck and all them.
okay. It's been a long. Like I said, I've not watched it in 20 years. Well, 25. But let's not talk about age.
All right, so I guess we've goofed off long enough. Let's dive right into it. Howard the Duck that Dustin got lack of sleep for.
Sleep
Deprivation.
deprivation here, if I can get it out. So the plot of the movie, Howard the Duck is a sarcastic humanoid duck who accidentally is brought to Earth through a laser beam in an experiment being performed by a Cleveland physicist, Dr. Walter Jennings. What's so funny?
It's just I'm thinking back because I just watched this before we recorded, you know, and just the beginning of the movie is just so out there.
It is like, it's like I said, we'll get there. Just calm down. So the physicist was Dr. Walter Jennings and his assistant, Philip Blumbert. Howard eventually lands on Earth in Cleveland, Ohio, of all places. Armpit of America. If you live in Cleveland, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Upon arriving, Howard encounters a woman being attacked by thugs, whom he defeats using a unique style of martial arts. Howard
Quack foo.
Quack foo. Howard must stop an alien invasion with the help of a nerdy scientist and struggling female rock singer.
What's not to love about this movie?
If you go off this plot summary I stole off of a website, it's fantastic.
It grabs your attention, don't it?
Execution, not so much. So this film was released August 1st, 1986. Also that day, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives was released. The 80s was full of like Part 5, 6, and 7 movies.
I don't know if we'll ever get anything else like those 80s movies. I mean, not just the movies. I think we had the one, what was the one where you had like Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption or something. There was like Titanic. There was like a list of those that all were in the theater at the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I don't know if we'll ever get that again.
It's dying, and now you have Amazon release the movies and Netflix.
And Apple.
Yeah, I'm not Android here, so I don't have any Apple products. The movie was, the production dates of the movie was November 11th, 1985 to March 27th, 1986. It was filmed all over California. I thought about giving you guys all the details, but 1 o'clock in the morning, this is the best you're going to get. The budget with inflation, the original budget was $37 million, which pretty sure I messed that up because it says $46 million today. We'll just pretend I got that right, so y'all can put that in your inflation calculator.
Would you like me to inflate it for you?
You can. The movie opened in 1,554 theaters and had sales just over $5 million opening weekend, which comes out to around $14.4 million today. The U.S. box office was just under $16.3 million, which with inflation today is $46.7 million. The international box office was 21.6 with an inflation of $61.2 million today. Worldwide box office sales was $37.9 million or $110.5 million today. Think that's where my note came in. I was going to fix it to where $37 million back then is around 110 today.
Okay.
Because the movie made so much profit, it was a box office smash.
Would you say this is a cult classic?
No. If this is your cult classic, I feel bad for you. Super Troopers, great cult classic movie.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Dogma, great movie. That's, kind of a cult classic.
I don't think you really know what a cult classic is.
I would say the people who think this is a cult classic is probably part of a cult or died in part of a cult.
What about Rocky Horror Picture Show? Is that a cult classic?
It's a cult classic.
Okay.
There are some bad ones in cult classics, but
I know you've named a couple.
This one's bad. Especially like you were talking, this movie was, produced by George Lucas in conjunction with Lucasfilms and Universal. Man, did they mess up. Man, I just got Star Wars. I can't miss. Well, let's make a movie about this duck. Come on.
We'll see how Jimbo feels about the movie at the end and prove you wrong. So,
it was written and directed by Willard, I'm going to say Hayek. That's as close as you're going to get. Who is known for his work with American Graffiti, which wasn't a bad movie. He also did the screenplay along with his wife, Gloria Katz, who also did Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, like we said, American Graffiti. It was edited by Michael Chandler, which let me go back real quick. I'm pretty sure I took this out of my notes. This movie was, nope, never mind. Ignore that last 10 seconds. I cover that later. Like I said, I was halfway asleep. Edited by Michael Chandler and Sidney Wolanowski. Musical score by John Barry and John Dolby. The sound mix is 70 millimeter 6-track and Dolby Digital or Dolby Stereo 35. A little bit before
digital. Yeah, jumping the gun there, Howard.
Runtime was an hour and 50 minutes.
A quick hour and 50 minutes, I might add.
It was a long hour and 50 minutes. Looks like the amount of film used was 3,036 meters. The film format was 35 millimeter. There's so much information on this movie out there because it was such a hit. It just tells me they used a Panaflex camera and they used Panavision lenses. Not which ones, because nobody cares. It looks like the cinematographic process was spherical, and it was an aspect ratio of 1.85 to 1.
Dustin, would you like to deep dive and tell everybody what a 1.85 to 1
I have
ratio
no
is?
freaking clue. I seen something about that. And like I said, it was like, I need to finish this because I have to be up in 4 hours. We got to get some sleep.
So when Dustin messages me, I'm at work all night, and so I'm like, sure, we can record tomorrow. Let's do this. And he's like, okay. And then I get a thing like at 1 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I hate you or something like that.
Yeah, he got me. He did me dirty last night. So we're going to dive into the cast. Actor Ed Gale, he wore the suit, which I think about 6 other people wore the suit of Howard the Duck. Ed
I
Gale,
think they even said upward to like 9 people did at one time.
I seen 6, so that's what we're going with. What I found is the Bible.
Yeah,
That's
but you were
what
probably
we're going
looking at it cross-eyed and upside down.
with. It could have been. Ed Gale is also known for his work as Chucky. Chip Zien is how I'm going to say his name. Words are tough. You're going to find that out with me. He was the voice of Howard the Duck. He was also in The Siege and United 23. Not really big roles, so I'm not going to give his name. Leah Thompson was Beverly Schwitzler, better known for her role as Lorraine in the Back to the Future trilogy, who I think did a pretty good job in this movie to probably be like one of her leading roles. She was the hottest actress in Hollywood at that time because of Back to the Future, so I'm assuming this was a big win to get her, and one of the few saving graces, I think. Tim Robbins played Phil Blumbert, who played Nuke in one of my all-time favorite movies, Bull Durham, and also had a role in my brother's favorite movie, Dead Man Walking. You didn't expect that, did you?
No, I don't know if I've ever seen Dead Men Walking.
Oh, we'll have to probably go over that. Oh, save that for another day.
is anybody famous in it?
I don't know. It's probably
So you don't know either.
classic for all I know. I just know he got it for Christmas one year and he was so excited we had to watch it.
And you can't even remember what it's about.
That was like 25, 30 years ago, man. Jeffrey Jones was Dr. Walter Jennings, who we also know his role as Ed Rooney in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And do we mention his role in
Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice? Let's just forget about that part. My favorite actor in this whole movie was Jorley McLean. She was the waitress in the Cajun
The
sushi diner thing, whatever it was. If Leah Thompson wouldn't have saved the movie, she did. Like, her role was fantastic.
We have fights in here all the time.
I would have probably turned it off if it wouldn't have been for her because she entertained me. She did a good job.
She's wearing the Ralph Macchio bonsai red.
Just karate kid, man, you know? So let's talk about the awards and nominations this movie received. It was nominated for a Razzie for the worst picture of the decade. Worst director, worst supporting actor, Tim Robbins. It won a Razzie for worst picture, worst screenplay, worst special effects, and worst new actor.
Let me ask you a question. If you were you were an actor or director or screenwriter and you were nominated for a Razzie and you won, would you get up there and receive the award and accept it?
Is it actually that big of a deal?
You didn't. Of course it is.
We're gonna have to go back and watch some Razzie awards. Just could be a watch along.
But would you go up there and say, "Yeah, I know my movie stunk so bad. I'm winning this award thanks to all of you that nominated me."
Thanks to the Academy.
I could have done it without your support.
Yeah. Lack of support's more like it. So with that theme of the worst movie of a decade nomination, I kind of made up a list from what I found on the internet of the worst movies of the 1980s. I didn't go B-list because there was a crap ton of B-list movies. These are more of your mainstream movies. So number 10, Star Trek V. Number 9, and I'm getting the look of death, Superman 4.
Dude, you can't put Christopher Reeve on any worse list.
A lot of people did.
Have you seen Superman 4?
No.
It's where he takes on the guy from the sun.
Sounds so enthralling.
You need to check it out.
Number 8, Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf, which I thought was maybe a sequel to what's the movie where Michael J. Fox is the
Teen Wolf?
Teen Wolf. I was like, is that maybe a sequel? It doesn't look like it.
No,
doesn't look to be related.
That's Howling 2.
Going Overboard.
Howling.
Going Overboard was number 7. Number 6, Mac and Me.
You have to, if you like this movie, or if you hated this movie, watch Mac and Me. You'll hate that way, way more than this movie.
Well, we'll have to wait a minute.
They whistle. It's so annoying.
The list I found put Howard the Duck at number 5. Number 4 was Leonard Part 6. Third worst movie of all time shows Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
I've seen that too.
Comes up on a lot of lists as well.
Need to watch that too.
Number 2, King Kong Lives, a.k.a. King Kong Part 2. And then Jaws, His Revenge comes up on my list as the worst movie made in the 1980s. Jaws 3D popped up on that list, and you have to remember, like I said, the 80s was not sequels, like part 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all the 80s was full of. So there's a bunch of bad movies. If you don't like my top 10 list of movies, make sure you email Jimbo and Kyle at tragediacinema@gmail.com and voice your displeasure.
Or they can go on the Facebook page and at Dustin Glenn Anderson.
Oh, come on. Don't be dropping legal names here.
Well, I want to make sure they can find you in the group.
I'm not hard to find. But give them your top 10. Tell them what you like. Tell them what you don't like.
All right, Dustin. So when this movie first started, were you excited? Were you intrigued when he went sailing through space? When he got sucked through the walls? And because within the first 3 minutes of this movie, maybe 5 minutes, you see a lot of movie memorabilia hanging on the walls of like, of course, it's a goof of something that Lucas has been a part of, or famous actors and like what was it, Mae West, I think, and somebody else. I think I might have it in my notes, but there's like movie posters on the wall. He's looking at Duck Boy, which is like a Playboy or Quack Boy or whatever it was. And,
it was humorous, but I knew it was going to be a long. I paused it and was like, "This is going to be a long hour and 51 minutes."
And then he gets that ray comes through and it starts vibrating and it sucks him through the wall and. You know, they got the old couple laying in bed, and he's like, "What's that?" And then he goes to the next one. There's like a naked duck in the shower, and or in the bathtub, and you're like, "Was that duck boobs I just saw?" And then he gets sucked, and you see him just flying through space, and from there, he lands on Earth, and then it starts getting crazy.
It goes crazy. What was the female biker gang that was
Satan sluts?
That wasn't chasing him, but was kind of chasing him. It looked like,
yeah. I think it was called Satan Sluts.
Now, I've been to a lot of concerts, a lot of shows, a lot of small venues. I need to go to a place that has a fence up where people are so bad you can throw beer bottles at them. I've seen it in movies, never seen it in person.
Well, I was going to make a joke there, but that's probably not an appropriate joke.
If you are easily offended, go ahead and fast forward, let's say 10 or 15 seconds.
I'll have to mute myself when I tell you. I'll tell you afterwards. Yeah. So, he crash lands. He ends up, it's funny. He ends up right back into like a recliner when he lands here, just like he was at home, and then he sees, of course, the head lady Beverly leaving the thing. And these two guys are trying to mug her, rape her, whatever. And poor Howard, he's like, "I'm going to use my quack foo on you," and ends up saving her. And this is where it starts getting weird. Not that it wasn't weird already, but like it starts raining and she's sitting there with her umbrella and he's standing out there in the rain. And then if you watch it, it's good cinematography because they like both back up into the under the overpass.
Yeah, on the overhang they have.
Yeah. So I thought that was really, you can say what you want about this movie, but it has some really nice cinematography shots in this movie.
It was.
And I wouldn't expect anything different from Lucas.
You can tell the quality wasn't bad.
The story was bad, but one thing that made me laugh was, the laser where it had the Star Wars sound effect. I'm like, of course he's gonna. There's a lot of stuff in there pointing to Star Wars and Indiana Jones and stuff. If you will get to some of them in the notes, but
glad you've seen it because that's all I found.
Oh yeah. So basically, she decides to take Howard to a scientist friend who he says is a scientist, but basically he's just a janitor.
He's a janitor.
Yeah. And it's funny when she takes him in there and then he comes running out and he goes running into that board meeting. Yeah. He's like, hey. He's like, oh, never mind.
I thought you were a scientist. No, I'm like the assistant to the assistant of the scientist.
So basically he's trying to figure out, well, anyway, Howard gets mad And the funny thing about Howard is he can't swim. He's a duck.
He is a duck, but he can't swim.
fly.
Yeah.
Which that flying scene with the, what's that thing, a gyro, whatever. What are they called? The gyrocopters?
I believe that's what they're called.
Yeah. So Howard gets mad at her. They get a big blow up, and Howard's like, look, he's like, I don't need you. He's like, what I need is I need money. I need to find a job so I can get out of here. So you see him go to like the unemployment office where they place you in a job. And that lady's like, I see who you are. You think you just dress down like that so you don't have to get a job. You can just live off unemployment for the rest of your life. It's a duck with glasses on. Yeah. So he ends up taking a job where, Dustin?
I don't want to jump, but he basically takes a job at a, what would we call it? Like a bathhouse?
Yeah, like a sauna.
Yeah. And you see all this risky stuff going on. And
yeah, like guys and girls make it out. And he's like, it must be mating season or something.
And then gets thrown in the hot tub to clean it. Can't swim. He's panicking. Gets out. And then my favorite part's where he kind of, knocks the, I'm guessing the owner or the manager into this disgusting.
It almost looked like a toilet.
Yeah, it was like a toilet, but it was like a hot tub toilet. And then knocked him in the toilet. So.
Yeah. So Howard basically has nowhere to go, no money. So he goes back to the bar, lounge, or whatever where What's-Her-Head is singing. And he's sitting at the bar, and the guy's like, oh, yeah, well, I'm their manager, and they're not going to get no money. And
yep, here's your take for the night.
Yeah.
Yep. We're not going to split it with her.
Yep. So Howard hears this, and he's like, hey, you're going to give them back. You're going to give them all their money, and you're going to leave them alone. He's like, who are you?
I'm her pimp.
So it's a pretty cool scene where Howard gets in a fight with these two guys, and he takes that, I guess it's like an ice pick, and he stabs down, and he stabs right through the guy's hoop of his earring and pins him to the table. And he's like, oh, there's no earring in this other side. He's like, hope I don't miss.
Yeah.
So he's over there doing quack foo and takes him out. And the singers are like, oh, what's going on over there? He's like, I don't know. They always fight in here or whatever. So they couldn't see what was going on. They didn't know it was Howard.
Nope.
So I think this is where Howard goes to the dressing room and he knocks on the door. And of course, Beverly's back there with the other three singers or whatever. And isn't one of those singers, backup singers, I guess, dating the janitor guy? Was that who she was dating?
I was a little confused there because I thought the janitor had a thing for.
I think he does, but I think they said that he had broken off with her and then he was back with that backup singer or whatever.
I missed that part. I said it was.
You probably fell asleep.
It was late,
but early. So Howard knocks on the door and he's like, "Hey, ladies, oh, you must be Howard." Blah blah blah. Well, they do a little talking and everything, and she's like, "Oh, well, you can come back. You don't have nowhere to stay. You can come back to my place, whatever." And they're walking out. He's like, "Oh, by the way, here's your money, and I got rid of your manager." He's like, "I'll be your manager now, whatever."
My hero.
Now this next scene might be the most uncomfortable scene in the entire movie. It was pretty weird.
Like one of the worst, most uncomfortable scenes probably in cinema history.
Right. So Howard's over there playing on the piano, and Beverly goes and gets undressed, and she's got like her bra and panties on and like a little chaise lounge or whatever it is, the little robe, sheer robe or whatever. And so he goes, and she lays in bed, and Howard comes and lays next to her, and man, Dust, I'll let you take it from here.
Well, he's starting to kind of get, I could maybe
bestiality.
I could maybe get into this human thing, and he starts talking big game. So she starts spitting game at him and starts trying to seduce him, and he is uncomfortable as all get out.
I think he was just thinking it, and then when she started doing it,
well, I think when you go back to the scene where she's in his wallet, when his wallet falls out,
oh yeah,
and she's going through all the cards and where he's from and all that, and she pulls out this looks like a finger condom. For, when you cut your finger, you got to put it on, and she kind of laughs, "Oh, Howard," and I think he realized I don't think I have the proper tools for this.
Well, not only that, but there is some innuendos, if you notice, like when she's like rubbing his chest or whatever, and his hair on top of his head stands up. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
He had to put his hair back down. And she goes in, kind of gets on top, goes for a kiss. And as she's kissing him.
Did you see like the silhouette? The shadows? And that's when the janitor guy and is it Jennings that comes in with him?
Yeah. Dr. Jennings comes in and they burst through the unlocked door. And it looks like some bad stuff, some Alabama backwoods bad stuff's about to happen. It's not what it looks like.
He covers her up.
Yeah.
So basically they say, hey, this is Dr. Jennings. Howard, we think we know we can get you back to where you came from, because Jennings was working on this experiment with this laser that shot out, and then something happened, and he thinks he can replicate it to send you back home.
So he packs his bag. He's ready to go.
Yep. He's like, all right, let's go.
Goodbye, Earth.
So they go back to the science facility, and they're trying. Something happens where
when they show up, they put too much heat to the laser, it looked like. So it was shorting out, sparking. Guys are running around, wounded everywhere, and just, it's total chaos.
Right.
So you just watched that movie like 2 hours ago, and look how tired you are from watching it.
Well, I'm sorry. Some of us worked all night, and then we got to get ready for this recording. So then this is where I think there's like government guys trying to stop them and catch them, right?
Yeah, they had to sneak into the laboratory.
Right. Because it's under heavy security.
But nobody was at the gate. So they kind of just
But the phone was ringing.
Yeah.
So, so they get inside. Well, anyway, they have to get out of there. They've detained Howard. They basically strip search him. He's down there in his boxers or whatever.
We can't find the zipper or the Velcro.
Yeah, they thought it was somebody dressed up as a duck or whatever.
Yeah, like a little kid in a duck suit.
Right. So to make a long story short, they get out. It's Jennings, Howard, and Beverly. They get into this, what was it, a truck?
They get into a 70s Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
Yeah. And they take off. Well, Jennings starts not feeling so well. He's like, man, I don't feel really well. And I thought he was going to turn into a duck, because it's been 35 years since I've seen this movie or longer. But if you notice his eyes, like right here, it started looking like Howard's, how he has the white spots on his eyes. And so basically, they keep driving and he just keeps getting, they did really, really well job with his makeup.
Yeah.
I mean,
for the time, especially.
He looked really creepy, but just to see how it's going down and he's deteriorating fast about. So anyway, they decide that they're going to stop at this sushi.
Cajun sushi.
And they go in and they order the specials and 3 beers. So Jennings, man, he's not feeling good at all.
I don't want to. I'm good. I don't need nothing to eat.
Yeah, and
well, you can't sit here. You have to order something to eat.
Yeah, so that's when they got the 3 specials. Well, Dustin's favorite cook or waitress, she brings back a plate and sets it down in front of Howard, and it's got 2 sunny side up eggs on it. He said, "What am I, a cannibal?"
Well, he's a duck. It was a chicken egg at least.
Yeah. So Jennings is now showing some powers. Like he's sitting there and he starts vibrating the ketchup and mustard bottle and it explodes.
Blows them up.
Right. And he's got the security key card. And they're going to need that to get back into the laboratory to send Howard back to wherever he came from. The problem is Jennings is no longer Jennings. He is now one of the, what they call it, overlord demons or space lords or something, demons of the outer world or something. And he's like, I just have to have a human body to get, to bring the power that I need out. So this whole entire restaurant scene is just, it goes really ridiculous real fast.
It does.
You have 3 guys come over to Beverly and start hitting on her.
Yep, and on her, heckling her. And
yeah. And then Howard stands up on the table and he's like, "You're not going to," then they start fighting. So now we've got a big old brawl going on in this cafe, and all the while Jennings is just sitting at the table, harnessing power or whatever.
Slowly morphing.
Yeah. And Howard's like swinging on the, where you would hang the checks up and spin it around to the cook or whatever. He's swinging around on that, drop kicking people. And eventually they overpower him. It's like the NWO taking on a single guy. They overpowered him, and they get Howard and they strap his feet down, and the chef's back there, carving his butcher knife and all that. They're about ready to kill him. And
to fillet that duck.
Yeah, and Beverly's like, Jennings, we need your help. And then Jennings just goes crazy, and he just starts blowing things up, and he shoots like I don't know, what is it, like an electric ball of energy at the one guy, and
pew.
Yeah, and then he takes this butcher knife. It's a butcher knife, right? Or regular knife. I think it's a butcher knife. And he starts spinning it. It's flying around the room, and all of a sudden it lands right between Howard the Duck's legs and cuts the ropes or whatever. And Beverly's like, "Are you fine?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So everybody starts running out of the building. Things are blowing up in there, and Howard has secured the chip, the
security card.
Yeah, the security card. And they still think Jennings is on their side, and he's like, "Okay, let's go." So they go over to the door, and Jennings does this, I don't know, magic, if you will, and he blocks the door with tables, and the trees bow a bow, and he takes Howard, raises him up there, spins him around, and the chip comes to him, and basically Howard falls, and then he takes Beverly with him, and they go get in a big rig, 18-wheeler, no trailer, and he's taken off for the, I guess it's the what's it called, the power plant, which is a pretty cool scene. What were they doing when? So basically, they tried to run over Howard. Howard comes out and he passes out or whatever. What were they doing where they came and they slowed down in the line? There's like 5 cars. It's like something testing going on. Do you remember where they had the roadside blocked and the energy, they were testing something? And
I don't recall exactly.
Well, the cops, like, he pushes the truck into like 5 other cars, and he's like, "I'm going to need to see your license." I ain't got no license. He's like, "I need to step out of the car," and that's where he just obliterates that guy.
Yeah.
Then the guy shoots through the semi, and basically he just opens up a big old thing and just blows up all the cars and drives right on through, basically. But I thought the part where he goes to the nuclear reactor, they're like on a tour of a nuclear reactor, remember?
Yeah,
and that was kind of weird.
In the middle of the night.
Because it all said like visitor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, there's like 100 million tons of whatever energy in here." And he's like, "Oh," and he goes up to the glass. He's like, "Okay, let's everybody go take some coffee break or something." Well, he stays back. He sneaks back, and he shatters the glass. And then like the security gate comes down, and he melts through it. And then he opens up the reactor door, and he just steps inside, and he's like, "Ah!" He's like encased in white.
This may have been the part I started to finally doze.
Uh-oh. You don't remember this part, do you?
I don't, but I did wake up for the end. So,
well, how do you know it was the end?
Because
the credits were rolling.
I was like, "Crap, it's late. I need to finish this and go to bed." So I was multitasking.
Oh, I was sleeping with one eye open, huh? So basically, he's getting more powerful. And so Howard, probably one of the funniest parts of the movie is they come to this place and they have, who's the janitor guy? He's in the back of the cop car, and Howard's over there posing over
there.
He's like, well, I forget, what's the janitor's name?
I know the actor. Let me go back to my notes here.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name in the movie. What was it?
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil Blumper.
He's like, "Phil." And he's looking around, and Howard's like posed like one of them chickens you could buy at the
just hiding between it.
plain sight. So basically, and he's like, "Phil," he's like, "Okay." He's like, "The window." And so Phil goes to climb through the window, and Howard goes and opens the door. He's like, "I could have tried the door first." So anyway, they end up getting into this gyrocopter, and they take off. The cops are chasing them, and it's just it's a pretty crazy scene. If you've never seen the movie, I don't want to spoil that part for you because there's some funny stuff that happens in this. So basically, we come to the big climax of the movie where Howard and him make it into the nuclear reactor, and they're taking on Jennings, AKA the Space Lord Demon, And he is taking Beverly to, they have more of these demons coming down once he powers up. I think it's like 3 or 4 of them coming, but they have to have human hosts to take over to survive. So a big old fight breaks out here. Basically, there's like a neutronlizer. Basically breaks down the particles. Howard ends up doing something shooting where it pulls Jennings out from the demon now, who is now like it looks like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob if he was like all oozy and gooey and like tentacles and stuff like that. So a little fight breaks out. I won't go into belabor this. Basically, Howard shoots, goes to kill the thing, and then the other ones are coming, and they said, hey, look, if you destroy this, you can never go back home. And Howard's like, well, goodbye, Duck World, or whatever he says, and he blows up the laser. And the next thing you see, the end of the movie, is Howard is now the official manager of the new rock band, and he gets on stage and starts shredding out with them. And you have the end credits singing Howard the Duck or whatever. So, little overview of the whole entire movie. If you've never watched this movie, Dustin says you got to at least give it one good watch.
It's a one and done, but
Dustin has to go back and watch it because he missed some of it.
Do it while you're folding laundry, cleaning your house, cooking dinner, wherever you can multitask.
Taking a dump.
Mowing the yard, put it on the TV, go mow the front yard.
So you don't even have to see it, right? All right, Dustin, I think it's time to go and talk a little bit about the trivia of this movie.
All right.
So I'll let you go first I know you stayed up and did some notes, so I don't want to say anything that's going to hurt your feelings because I've taken your stuff.
Anything I say, you have to not take my glory out of this, but you can expand upon it. So I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm not a comic book guy. Give me something slapstick,
This was slapstick.
It was a bad excuse. I listened to your Blazing Saddles episode this morning. That was a slapstick movie. This is just kind of a blah. But it was the first Marvel movie where they had a character headline the movie. We are so lucky. Well, I'm not because I could care less. So lucky that this didn't destroy that for every other movie to ever come out after. This was so bad they should have never done another Marvel movie.
I'm surprised they didn't get a sequel to this.
Everything in the time got a sequel. So
hey, we might see a remake.
Man, they did re-release it at one point, which I'm trying to figure out why.
I think there is a talk of them bringing a new Howard the Duck movie because he had a cameo at the end of, I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Is Disney really going to put a
Dude, Disney ruins everything else anyway, so what's the difference?
They can make this one better, maybe.
Maybe. But
it was the first Marvel movie of its time. One of the things I seen is they wanted Jay Leno to play Phil Blumbert. You just imagine that big old chin.
You imagine Howard interacting with that thing?
Well, or if they cast the original Howard, the voice of Robin Williams would have been maybe enough to save this. But there was some stuff, so he didn't go through with that. So, future Nirvana and Foo Fighters guitarist Pat Smear was an extra in this movie. That's kind of a little fun fact. You have anything you want to add yet?
Oh, no, I'm going to let you roll through your stuff. Go ahead.
Are we hitting the same topics? Or
I don't know. I haven't even read my notes. So
Your notes are a joke. According to reports, at the time the movie was released, George Lucas had just built a $50 million Skywalker Ranch complex. He was counting on this film to get him back in the black. Boy, was he wrong. Like, oh yeah, I'm George Lucas. Everything I touch turns to gold.
It usually did, though.
So I'm just let's just greenlight this movie. It's going to pay for Skywalker Ranch. I'm going to be set. No. That didn't happen. He was forced to start selling off his assets to stay afloat because the movie bombed. It was garbage. His friend, Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple Computer, offered to help by buying Lucasfilm's newly launched CGI animation division for a price well above market value. Lucas, in dire straits and thankful for the assistance, took the offer. The division eventually became Pixar Animation Studios.
Well, let me interject this here. So, in a way, Lucas was right. Lucas did use this movie to get back profits and everything. Look at Pixar now.
It is, but it was just kind of he got, you're kind of, hanging out in the back of a manure truck and you get dropped into a flower bed. Let's face it. Did he really even need the money? At this point, the Star Wars action figures and everything has taken off. I'm assuming at that time it had. Granted, this was the year I was born, so I'm assuming the full blown Star Wars pandemonium started probably by the second movie, and then just the licensing and merch stuff probably.
Did you see that though? The re-release of Episode 3 has made more money than some of the movies that are out now.
Oh yeah, we talked about other movies I'm looking at, just different topics. Like, hey, let me just kind of look in for a filler episode here and there. They just did absolutely crazy. I want to say for an upcoming possible teaser of a different movie, I want to say one of the Star Wars movies came out the same time. And it's amazing. If you go head to head with even a pre-release of Star Wars, you're in trouble. Yeah. Because that's going to be the biggest movie out.
If I am Disney,
summer.
I am re-releasing those things and leaving them in the theater a whole year.
97, 98, man, Star Wars Fandemonium happened all over again. As a kid, I did go see Episode 1.
What?
I'd seen it with Dad and Grandpa. They watched that stuff, but I kind of fell into it because that was the cool thing. But my little peanut brain was like, nah, okay, let's go back to wrestling and racing and all the cool stuff that's out there.
All the fake stuff.
Racing isn't fake. Wrestling's predetermined. Don't make me kick you. Leah Thompson actually did all the singing for all the songs.
Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of like Walk the Line.
She's not bad.
No, it's not the greatest ever, but it's pretty darn good. She did that. The other actresses, I think, in the group, she helped with them. On October 5th, 2017, a 70 millimeter print of the movie was screened at the Egyptian Theater's Beyond Fest with over 400 people attending. Leah Thompson, who attended the screening as well, said the event was better than the initial premiere of the movie.
You know what I'm going to petition for? Howard the Duck, IMAX, 3D. Would you go?
No. You know the answer to that. This was the second consecutive financial failure by director Willard Hayek, or however you say his name. Hayek. Heimlich Maneuver, whose previous film, Best Defense, was also a box office flop. The failure of the films killed off his directing career for good. He never made another film after this one. I wonder why. George Lucas's close friend John Landis was originally slated to direct the film, but after reading the script, he turned down the opportunity due to the police crashes in the finale. He felt it was too similar to his previous film, The Blues Brothers, which, how many cop cars did they destroy in that movie?
I don't know. I don't care for that movie.
Everyone they could get, which...
Did you like the Blues Brothers?
Blues Brothers blows this movie away. Another cult classic that's actually good.
In your opinion.
So the original Marvel comics were similar to the style of Deadpool with adult-oriented humor. This was significantly toned down to make the film, to make it appeal to a younger audience. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know where anywhere this movie says, let's go after anybody under the age of 18.
Now, do you know if they had any toy line releases for this or anything? I
didn't look there, and after
I thought I don't remember a lot if they did.
I doubt it. Like I said, it's kind of like listening to another episode you guys did on Spaceballs where you couldn't do any merchandise. Yeah. I'm guessing George Lucas was like,
yeah, you can make fun of us all you want, but you can't have any of our money.
I don't know if I want to make this public that this was me, because this was a flop.
Right.
All right, Jimbo. Now tell me what you learned about this movie.
Well, I learned that Leah Thompson still has the Les Paul guitar Cherry Bomb and sometimes still plays it. So she knows how to play it.
Nice.
So do you know how to play?
I have 2 beautiful Gibson Les Pauls.
So no, you don't know how to play.
That I tried to play, but they're wall hangers. They're very special to me, and they can stay on the case and in the wall.
So there was a test screening for this movie where the Universal executives Sid Sheinberg and Frank Price were allegedly arguing about who to blame for greenlighting this film. It ended in a fist fight.
You're right, it did.
Leah Thompson said that it took about 2 hours a day for her hairstyle. She had some really crazy, beautiful hair in this, but I can tell you it took a long time to do. She is not very happy about the treatment, so she said, I wish I would have wore a wig instead, which I don't blame her.
And I know one thing I forgot to put in, which I thought I did. Oh, nobody did. I just overlooked it. She designed her character to look like Cyndi Lauper and Madonna.
Yep. Well, your buddy George Lucas, he obviously has a lot of money. He spent $2 million on the Howard the Duck suit. $2 million.
I'm pretty sure I have that in here somewhere. I just got excited and overlooked it.
8 different actors worked inside the costume. According to the 2009 DVD release, a child actor was intended to be in the main Howard, but didn't work out. Another actor, Ed Gale, ended up performing most of the major scenes as Howard, earning a credit at the start of the film. 8, not 6.
I was 6 or 8. Like I said, it was late.
So 8 plus Ed would be 9. Oh, I think that's a Jimbo was right on that one, huh?
That's just a Jimboism.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, it was, so he made his second cinematic appearance in the post-credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy 2014, exactly 28 years and 1 day after this film's theatrical release in 1986. Yeah, Robin Williams would have been cool as the voice. He would have been really cool. And I'm kind of wondering why they didn't do some of that. If they were looking for an actor, why couldn't they have done that forced perspective or whatever, where, you know, like Lord of the Rings, where the hobbits were shrunken? I mean, maybe they couldn't do it at the time, but it would have been cool to see if like Robin Williams actually played Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
So
you're losing in Lord of the Rings because I've never watched it.
Oh, I'm sure you're a Harry Potter guy.
I'm a Harry Potter fan. The wife is a fan of everything.
I'll say this right now. Lord of the Rings is for grown-ups. Harry Potter's for kids.
Keep telling yourself that.
Well, you watch Lord of the Rings and you let me know.
I'm good. Like I came so close to taking her to the IMAX. I'm like, I love my wife. She's awesome. She puts up with everything I do.
If you want to see Dustin come back and cover the Lord of the Rings trilogy with me, please reach out to us, because I think he needs to sit through them at least once. The extended editions, which are like 4.5 hours each.
And like we're going to put it in the IMAX, and it was the extended editions, and it was like 5 hours. I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I love her to death. I would take her to see it, but I'm going to drop her off and I'll go find something to do.
You should have went and watched it. I can't believe you've never seen those.
Nope. I'm good. Like, she's all into she gets excited. I don't get it.
So here's some of the stuff that was in Howard's wallet. It's funny because a lot of it was a play on like MasterCard and Visa and stuff like that. So his license was from Washington, D.C., expires on Hatch Day 86. Howard T. Duck, 3636 Lakeside Drive. Sex, feather, eyes, height, date of hatch. So his sex was male, his feathers were white, eyes were blue. His height was 3'1". Date of his hatch was 09/05. So September 5th, 1958.
He was an old duck.
He must wear corrective lenses. So that's funny. There's some other stuff in there, but I thought that
was an old duck.
The cook in the sushi restaurant is wearing an Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom t-shirt.
Little nod.
John Cusack and Martin Short both auditioned for the voice of Howard. I love Martin Short.
Either one could, wouldn't have hurt it.
Even though this film was a box office failure, a huge cult following has developed around it, and now we have converted one more, being Dustin.
When was what year was Jonestown? Because I'm pretty sure all that cult died in Jonestown.
I don't remember. This was the lowest grossing Marvel movie until surpassed by Punisher Warzone in 2008. What? Howard made more money than Punisher Warzone.
Did Did it make more money or
Lowest
just
grossing. So yeah.
so it's like grossing as it took X amount to make
An X amount of profit and subtraction.
because they just went crazy. They just assumed that was going to be a good movie. Doesn't make it better than or worse than Howard the Duck.
I'm just telling you.
The facts are the facts, though.
Scream Queen and B-movie legend Leanna Quigley said she auditioned for the role of Beverly and was very upset when she didn't get it. But then she saw the final film and was incredibly relieved she didn't get it.
I'm sure a lot of people that didn't get the roles were excited.
Dustin, are you ready for this? In 2011, so just a few short years ago, a screen-worn Howard the Duck mask sold on eBay for how much money?
$1 million.
$1,525. I should have bought it and put it in my man cave.
Pretty cheap.
I should. Wouldn't you like to have that just to have? I think it'd be cool to have. Yeah, you would.
It'd be okay.
Dude, you got a leotard from what's his name?
Leave my collection alone, okay? It's not a leotard, it's a singlet.
But a few weeks later, an original worn out animatronic prop of Howard was also offered, but nobody had any interest in it. You could have had an animatronic Howard the Duck. I would have killed to have that thing in here. Can you imagine see it greeting you as you come in the door?
I could just see it having red eyes and trying to take you to some foreign land.
Oh, so names of the Duck films on movie posters seen in this picture were Splash Dance, which is a obviously Flashdance spoof, Breeders of the Lost Stork. I think those are funny. How about this? Phoebe Cates auditioned for the role of Beverly.
Phoebe Cates.
You do not know who Phoebe Cates is.
No, I don't have my phone to Google. I moved it away. So
Phoebe Cates is like the ultimate 80s crush for any young man back in the
Was she part of the Brat Pack? Or
I can't even talk to you right now. You don't know who Phoebe Cates is.
Let me hold on. You hear me grunt. I'm just getting my phone here to Google.
You got to bend over. Phoebe Cates is like one of the most famous actresses of that era.
Let's see. Oh, she was the chick from. Was she also in Wayne's World? Is that girl?
No.
No.
She was the chick that came out of the pool and
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like the one girl from
Okay, never mind. Here we go.
that movie.
We're moving on. So these are for the role of Beverly. Tell me yes or no. Paula Abdul. She had the
She
singing.
was the biggest thing at that time, so that wouldn't be a bad pick.
Kim Basinger.
I don't know.
Jodie Benson. You know who that is?
I feel like I do.
That's the I think that's the voice actress for The Little Mermaid, the singer.
See, I gotta Google. He knows to do this on me.
I think it's The Little Mermaid.
And she's got too long of it. She looks like what's the Kardashian dad?
Jenner?
Yeah, it looks like
Bruce Jenner?
Bruce Jenner.
Caitlyn, whatever her name is.
And no.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Pretty big at the time.
And Lori Singer, I'm not really sure who that is. I should know, but I'm not really sure. So anyway.
Oh, you're coming out with stuff that you don't even have the answer to?
Well, that's why I got you here.
Lori Jenner?
Singer.
See, I misheard you. She was from Footloose.
Oh, okay.
I could take her, but I'm
Hey.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, maybe young, but it got pretty rough when she got older.
Podcaster and author Arnie Carvalho owns one of the world's largest private Howard the Duck collections with memorabilia, cast and crew items, and actual movie props, including the animatronic head used in this movie. See, that could be me, but no, Dustin doesn't like to buy me stuff from my room. There's a movie poster in Howard's room for the movie My Little Chickadee starring Mae Nest and W.C. Fowl, which is hilarious if you know what that is. There is a Wilhelm scream in this movie. You know what the Wilhelm scream is?
No. See, I've told you I'm not.
Anyway, at around 1 hour and 9 minutes, when Dr. Walter Jennings sends the man through the window with his energy and the guy lands on the car, Howard's fatigue pants are printed with the so-called duck hunter camouflage pattern. That's funny when they said they had a duck hunt in this.
I don't know if this will make the.
What?
Oh, I was trying to play that Wilhelm scream. That one?
That was just Dustin bending over to get his phone.
That's what happens when your belt pinches your belly.
Howard's appearance was left out of pre-release promotions to keep him a surprise. This led to two versions of the music video for the title song, one with Howard obscured and one with his face in the open.
Whoa. So was Howard the Duck? When did Pete Rose come out of the box as a chicken?
The Goobly Gawker from Survivor Series, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, was that the same
Survivor
time?
Series? I don't remember what year.
Because it looks like if you're talking, they kept him a secret. That was the whole, egg thing they had. So
This is only one of two films based on a Marvel comic to win the Razzie Award for Worst Picture. The other being Fantastic Four in 2015, which is terrible. Of course, you wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know, and I won't know.
Let's see here. When Howard knocks the duck hunter off his boat, shouts "Bonsai!" That's another Wilhelm scream. In the diner sequence, a kid is seen wearing a Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back t-shirt. Howard and Beverly go to a restaurant called Roma's Cajun Sushi. That is Italian, Louisiana, and Japanese. Three completely different cuisines in one.
If that's a real place, I'm down, though.
I know you would be. Let's see here. This was the last theatrical release Marvel movie until The Punisher in 1989. Another of the similarities and Easter eggs paying homage to Back to the Future appear when Howard and his recliner are in the sky accelerating towards the portal. For a brief moment prior to his recliner igniting and bursting into flame, familiar twin fire streaks appear behind him. So they did a little bit
Didn't notice that.
No, I didn't either. That's pretty clever, though. After Howard, Beverly, and the Dark Lord leave the diner, the waitress is seen talking to the police about Howard and mentioning that Halloween isn't until next month.
Yeah.
Suggesting the climax is set in September of 1986. It also mentioned earlier in the movie that Howard arrived on September the 8th.
Just think somebody went as Howard the Duck for Halloween, not even knowing how bad this was.
And you know what's even worse? It was probably one of those old Halloween masks. It was just this with the rubber bands.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I'm talking
It's
about.
stuck in your hair and pulls.
It would snap by the time you got to the first house. Face would be sweating. You'd have the lines on your mouth. Ding dong, just give me my candy. My mask broke.
I'm a duck. Leave me alone.
In several interviews given independently by members of the cast and crew, it was noted that the film would have been much more effective if it had been an animated feature instead of live action. Dustin, would you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't have been any worse.
Universal considered this, but didn't pursue it because there was zero chance an animated feature would have been ready for summer of 1986 release date, and they didn't want to delay the movie after a long time in development. In a bitter irony, George Lucas sold off project that would become Pixar Studios became of the massive financial loss of Howard the Duck. The first version of the script for the live Howard the Duck project came 5 years before the production of the film and bore no resemblance to this final story. It involved an alien named Thog who transported Howard to Earth while toying with the universe and then contacted Howard via a toilet. Beverly, who wanted to become a cartoonist and make an animated film about ducks, an anti-duck fanatic named Billy, a lecherous film producer named Mogelstein, a billionaire duck hunter named Vanderbilt, and Howard became a film star and religious icon. Stylistically, is largely resembled a disjointed Tex Avery cartoon. But that sounds very interesting, doesn't it?
Sounds better than what we got.
All right, Dustin, your time has come. Give us your thoughts, feelings, rating for Howard the Duck.
Definitely one of the worst movies of the 80s. No question.
But have you seen a lot of 80s movies?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 80s, like not a lot of
You
bad.
haven't seen Howard the Duck.
Haven't seen a lot of bad 80s movies.
Well,
Seen the good ones. We've seen all the
you've
great
seen
ones.
Back to the Futures, right?
Yeah. And we've seen like Trading Places.
Those are some
and,
pretty bad movies.
Harlem Nights. I'm sure that was in the 80s. Blazing Saddles was in the 80s.
I see it, and you don't like Blazing Saddles?
No, these are all good ones. Bull Durham was in the 80s. Wayne's World was the 90s, but it might as well be the 80s. I've seen all kinds of great movies. Coming to America.
Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Ghostbusters.
You back? Nope, that was 90s. I wouldn't watch it again. You could maybe watch it once. It was just a long, like there's some movies you would love to be 2 hours that are short, and this was way longer than it needed to be. Out of 10, 1.5. You know, did we see what Rotten Tomatoes said about this movie? Because
No, I didn't.
Pretty sure it was rotten.
You think so?
Absolutely. They're not,
A 1.5.
they're the only place on the face of the planet that said, "Oh yeah, that was a great movie." Hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm just watching Howard the Duck. You want to come over and hang out? Have some popcorn, eat some pizza? Oh yeah, that sounds like a. Let me bring my meth pipe and some,
what I wanted to do with Dustin is he jumped the gun and I automatically watched it last night and took the reins and said, "I'm watching this. We're doing it tomorrow recording." I wanted it to be a live watch along with Dustin to get his pure reaction as we are watching this movie.
Let's find another one.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Poll. Let's do a poll. Let the audience decide what we watch.
And you're going to sit along and watch no matter what they pick.
Anything other than Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. Anything else.
Okay. Remember you said that because I've got some better ones along those lines.
As long as it's good and we can laugh and have a good time.
It doesn't have to be good.
Well, as long as we have a good time. That's all.
We'll have a good time. We'll always make a good time. Even this recording's been fun.
If you give me some popcorn and something to drink, and you get the bleep button ready because I'm trying to be better, but I'm going to probably need the bleep
let's
button.
See. That might work, but it might
not
be
the bleep button, is it? Nope, not either. We didn't save that one.
That's Dustin's review.
The verdict is out.
All right. So for me, like I said, I remember seeing this. I didn't see it at the theaters. I know that much. I believe it was my aunt and uncle that had it on VHS. And
Who conned them into buying that? Was it like 99-cent bin? Did they buy it?
Dude, this is back when they were like $15, $20 for a VHS.
Did they buy it to like?
All right, Dustin, did you ever have a VHS?
Yeah.
What was the first two VHS tapes that you bought when you first got your VHS?
VHS was, you remember, I'm younger than you.
Right. So
I probably didn't buy any VHS, but.
You remember when you could go to Marsh or Kroger and rent them?
Yep. I was told I wore out 3 copies of The Wizard of Oz.
Who didn't?
And Top Gun was a really big movie back then.
The first two, like, I remember when the VHSs first came out, like, you could record stuff off TV. What? But the first two, we bought our VHS, and the first, my parents bought Beach Blanket Bingo, which is an old Frankie Avalon and Ed Funicello movie. But the same day, they let me buy Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade on VHS. And let me tell you something, that movie holds a special place in my heart. I love that movie.
I remember as a kid, the end of the VHS time, you had all the Disney movies, and it was going back in the vault to never come out again.
And now it's on Disney Plus for free.
Yeah. So, we had the end of that, the Goofy movie and all that stuff was the tail end of me growing, being young and watching a lot of movies. But just not a lot stick out on what to buy.
All right. So when you got your first DVD player, what was your first 2 DVDs? Do you remember? I know my 2 right off the bat. I got to pick them out for Christmas when I got my...
Man, I was into video games for the longest time. It took me some time to get into the movies. The 2 movies or the 2 DVDs that stick out that I'm just going to say I watched the most and like I bought with my own money was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the collector's edition, double disc, Ralph Steadman art all over it, and the entire series of MASH.
Automatic channel changer. Click.
Watch it as an adult. Click. It is way funnier than
you said. You didn't buy it as an adult. You bought it as a kid.
No, I bought that as like an 18-year-old, 16-year-old, something like that.
So you're still a kid.
I'm always a kid.
Yeah. So for me, like I said, I hadn't watched it in 35 years.
And it should have stayed in the past, kind of like those.
It might be pushing 40 by now. I liked the movie. I'm just saying I like it because it's different. I don't like when they remake stuff or they do just stuff that you've seen before nobody cares about.
It definitely went to the beat of its own drum.
Right.
It was revolutionary probably for the time, for the topic. Oh, yeah. I'd like to see what spawned from this, like what this inspired down the road, because it had to get somebody excited to make a movie about something different.
That's a movie we should cover, Spawn. You remember the Spawn movie?
Come back to like comic book. I'm just not a comic book nerd.
All right. So if you want to see Dustin do a watch along, you will have to send me something that we can, if we haven't covered it and Dustin hasn't seen it, that's where it's going to be funny, because I like Big Top Pee Wee or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead and email that. Don't put it on the Facebook page. Let it be a 100% surprise.
Well, how are we're going to need to put it on I'll have to dig through some movies and put them up there, stuff that you haven't seen. I'll ask you if you've seen it, and we'll put up a poll, and then we'll do the poll.
Okay.
That way we can't have 40 different answers, or you'll be doing 40 different ones. If each of them just gets one vote.
First one to get 2 votes wins. Do a poll. Like I said, maybe we can do a bad movie bracket.
A watch along?
A bad movie bracket that gets us to a watch along. That could be fun.
All right. So if you like what you heard, we are the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. You can reach out to us on Facebook, join our group. The answer to the questions is Jimbo and Kyle. If you would like to leave us a review, we will read it on the air, which I have to look because I do have some that I need to read. And I said Kyle would read them. So when me and Kyle record again, Kyle, don't let me forget. I need to have you read those. Also got some future upcoming guests coming on. That's going to be some fun stuff. So with that being said, I think this episode's coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
And cut.
The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. Those we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most.
Okay, if you made it this far, I don't think you have. Shoot me an email at darkdiscoveriespod@gmail.com, because I don't think anybody listens all the way through. Prove me wrong.
Oh, I know there's a couple of people that do. So prove him wrong. darkdiscoveriespod@gmail.com and say your name, and he will contact you.
Prove me wrong.